Aloha! You gotta excuse me, I've been out of practice for 10 years. I want to thank the Speedy and his band, 3 Bruno boys and 1 Roosevelt. Right up! Farrington. Thank you all very much for coming. You know, we had some very good news in the poll, in the Star Advertiser this morning, which showed that the tide is beginning to turn on the rail issue. Tomorrow, I promised the reporter that I would not give out the numbers, but tomorrow they're going to do a poll on the mayor's race. And make sure you read the paper, because I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. Now, you know, I'm going to keep my remarks short because it's so crowded and it's pretty warm. But I want to tell you that I truly appreciate the support that we've been getting. This is not an ideological fight, you know, where you have Democrats against Republicans. This is a battle where we have libertarians, liberals, conservatives, Democrats, and Republicans who maybe cannot agree on other things, agree on this one issue and this one race. We win this race, it'll be a game changer in Hawaii politics. Now, I have some really good people advising me, and I'd like to introduce my 3 co-chairs. Walter Heen, who is a retired state and federal judge and a former U.S. attorney, member of OHA. Walter is here. Walter? Give him a hand anyway. And Ray Gronke, a retired state judge, a former and the rose between the thorns, Charlene Honda Massini. Yeah. And then I got an advisory council of former city cabinet high-level officers. And you know, this is really important because I got into the race at the last minute, but they came forward, they volunteered because they don't like what they see happening to our city. Right. So I'm gonna introduce them by their names. If they're not here, give them a hand anyway. Toy Ari, former Director of Finance with Frank Fossey. Sam Kaleo, who was the former Chief Engineer and Director of the Department of Transportation with Fossey as well. He was also my Chief of Staff. Sam is here? Sam? Yes. Okay. There you go, he's kind of shy. Thank you, Sam. And from the Harris administration, Ron Lim, who also served in my cabinet, but was the guy who handles city stuff under Jeremy Harris. Is Ron here? No one knows how he's going to get along there. And then Malcolm Tom, also with Mayor Harris. Malcolm just sent me an email one day. I was so surprised to get the email from him. And he was managing director, right? A wealth of knowledge, believe me. I'm learning more things about the city through people like Malcolm. And then Pat McCain. I don't know if Pat is here. He probably is downstairs. He was also with the Harris administration. Now, from the Hanneman administration is Rod Haraga. Rod Haraga was Governor Lingel's director of the State Department of Transportation, and also was recruited by Mayor Hanneman as an advisor on the rail project. Is Rod here? He was here. Okay, I'll give him a hand. And this one guy who knows more about sewers and wastewater than anybody else in this world, Eric Takamura, formerly Director of Environmental Services under Mufi Hanneman. Over there. He didn't like what he was seeing and he came over to us. And then I want to introduce this man. I've come to really admire him because he has such a wealth of knowledge about traffic and traffic congestions, and you know, I asked him to be you know, kind of an advisor for me. And you folks all know who he is, Professor Panos Providar. You know, a profile in terms courage. You know, the last time he ran, he was hardly known. You know, he ran and wow, he ran a terrific race. Thank you, Panos. Thank you. Okay. And did I miss anyone? Thank you. When you do this, you always miss somebody. People get hurt. Okay, and then oh, yes. How could I forget? She at one time served with me in the state senate, and then when I ran for governor, she was one of my chairpersons. She has served with distinction on the city council for many, many years. She's honest. She's terrific. She's loyal. You name it, that she has it. And I'm talking about my good friend, longtime friend, Ann Kobayashi. Ann is running for re-election, but no one will be foolish enough to run against her, so she'll come over to help us. And then, I see a person in the audience. I'm going to introduce him just because I need him now. You know, I hadn't expected to run, as I said earlier, and so I'm a little out of shape. I asked my wife, well, how do you like the Honolulu Weekly interview? She said, yeah, but I didn't like the photo. And so I'm going to enlist his services again. I see him in the audience. He just came. Whitey, thank you for coming. Okay, and then where's my wife, Vicky?
Downstairs.
Okay, she can hear me, I'm sure.
No, she can.
You know, we wanted someone else to run, you know, and when that didn't happen, you know, I was thinking about it, and I remember George Ariyoshi telling me, Ben, you're going to be miserable as mayor, you know. And then I told Vicky, you know what, I probably, you know, won't do it. And she told me, she said, you know, you better do it. Never mind what those other guys say. You better do it because if you don't, you're going to be miserable. And that's why I'm running, to make things, come there, to make things better. And then I saw him earlier. You know, we're old friends. We go back to our days in the Senate. And, you know, he stood by me when I announced my opening. He's probably the most courageous person in the legislature. Him and Sam Salome. I won't forget to introduce Sam Salome. Okay. Clayton E. Senator Clayton E. Where is he? Okay, Clayton, you heard it. Nice thing to say about you. And finally, the only voice of reason. I hate to say this because, you know, we're on the other side a lot, but this guy is, he knows his stuff. When the bill on authorizing the city to increase the 0.5% tax came up, I understand Sam was one of the few in the legislature to stand up and speak out against it. Sam, thank you very much. You have to be on your side, So, and finally, you know, the blessing today, Al Harrington, Kamaki Kanahele, Mr. Hewlin, all with Auntie Aggie Cope, who has been one of my supporters for very, very long. And not only that, when I was a kid, believe me, she used to babysit me. One of the few women who saw me naked. Auntie Aggie, thank you very much. I love you very much, and thank you for all the support that you've given me.
Della is here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rep Bellotti.
Yeah, you know, this young lady is really, you know, one of the young legislators who is not afraid to speak out. She speaks with clarity, she's articulate, and she's here today. They might punish you, Della, for being here.
No problem.
Representative Della Bellotti. And finally, you know, I shouldn't say finally because she's been a dear friend for a very, very long time. And Vicky and I are really honored that she took the time to be here. You know her as Dr. Nancy Caraway, the First Lady of the state of Hawaii. Oh, she's downstairs. So, you know, you saw the poll today in the newspapers, and as I said, watch the poll tomorrow. We're going to be outspent in this race. You know, the other side, they got so much money at stake, the special interests, you know, and some of the big guns on the other side. But it's okay, because we got the facts on our side. And they can't match us from the facts. And that's why they're going to do all kind of things to misrepresent, exaggerate, and, you know, and otherwise distract from the issues involved. But we also have, I think, really dedicated people. And even though we can't match them in terms of their TV spending and all that, we're going to do what I saw my good friend Neil Abercrombie do and President Barack Obama do. We're going to use the social network. We're going to use the internet to send our message to people. And you know, when we sent out the brochure, we told you to share it with your friends. My old-time consultant, political consultant, Jack Siegel, who now lives in Colombia, emailed me and he said, Ben, I sent it to 24 of my friends. So if you can do that, we'll spread it, you'll save us postage, we'll get our message across. You know, the revolution in Egypt would not have happened without Facebook and Twitter and all those kind of things. And the same with Syria. We're going to make it happen here. We're going to take back the city. Yeah.